Oh, Arknights. The game that I have the biggest love-hate relationship with. The game that I've been on and off with for about a year now. Still not past chapter 2. But that don't matter. Because today, I'm not fucking touching that. Today, we're playing the Masses Trivals. What the fuck does that say? The Masses Travels. Yes. I'm currently on MT6. I am not having the greatest time with it. Currently, this is my team. Well, my new team. We have Narantuya. I got her when I wanted Lemuin. We have Exuicide, the new Covenant. I got her around 60 pity. I'm currently at 90 for Lemuin. We got Marcel. Yeah. We got Sancta Mixaparato. Yeah, I don't know how to say that. We got Weedy. We got Golden Glow, which I spent $30 for just to get her. We got Mountain, of course. He's never leaving my team. And we got a bunch of other people that don't matter. I really do wonder if I have anyone else that like uses bullets, because I really have nothing. I don't even know who uses bullets. Hold on. I gotta look up who uses bullets. That's great. I have no so I can't even make I can't even make an ammo team. Hold on. Let me look at your Ooh, I don't even have Covenant of Bullets. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, and I'm out of MLMD, so I can't even. Ooh. So that team doesn't even work in the slightest. So I don't even know why I was looking for that. Push comes to shove, I could always borrow someone else's, like Lemuin or something, because Lord knows that I just do not have what's it called? Like, I don't know. I might just be cooked. Wait, oh, there's my Whispering. I was like, why don't I have Whispering on? Because she's my only good healer, because she's fucking cracked. Like, the auto recovery attack interval reduced, the healing effect of this unit's health increases to 110, unlimited duration. Like, status resistance, like, this is goated. Oh, I can even upgrade it. Hell yeah. You know what? Yeah. Rank 6. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And then I have Texas level 80 for some reason. Because that makes sense. Because I use her. Of course I use her for Sword Rain. That makes sense. No, I don't. I don't use her for that. I use her for DP recovery. I have Amiya here, but that's only because she's Amiya. Grey Spear is here for the extra points. Firewatch, I have no idea why you're here. Let's just hope that this works out in my favor, because last time I did not have Golden Glow. I did not have Narantia. And this we'll just have to do. Let's see if this works. Okay, so I can do that. Yes, and then for this, I do this. No, I could do this. I could do this, and then... Yes! Fuck. Wait, retreat. I was kind of cooking there. Okay, so I don't need to bring Earth Spirit. I can bring Texas, but I can put her on recovery. That way I can bring Marcel in. Wait. Okay, no, I messed up. I forgot to enable her skill. No. That works though. Because I can do... Then I can... And then... Yes! Yeah! No! Okay, wait, retreat, retreat, retreat. That was going so well! Okay, no, 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 no. I got it, I got it, I have it, I have it, it's in my head. Yes, 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 yes. And then... Yes! Oh! Okay, hold on. Let's back out a little bit. Go to operator. No, go to squads. Where is Miss Paprika? Okay. You just need LMD. Cargo escort is open! This is the best day of my life! I am so low on LMD, you do not even know! Actually, this reminds me. What do I need to promote you? Oh, just that? Oh, I could have put you at... Oh. Okay. Promote. Okay, what are you? Auto manual. attack was defense was consumed resisted damage. Okay, that sounds fine. I am so low on like everything. Ooh. Okay, homegirl. I need 7. Oh, I have a lot of these. Where is what I'm looking for? Oh, I can just buy these flat out. Boom. That reminds me, I have a lot of these. Oh, I can't get LMD with them anymore. Token exchange, I got nothing. Okay, whatever. Okay, now I can just... Oh, now I'm out of these. I need 4. There we go. Shout out to Spot. Okay. Now I go cargo escort. Once again, we are back in the building again. No, where is Golden Glow? Hey girl, hey! Mommy's got an elite for you. Okay, what are you? So this is manual. Attack range expands. Unlimited durations. Okay. Cool. And then I get to... I don't care. I'll do what I want. Okay. So now that I have more elites, it is time to go into... Okay, well, you can go up there. Tactical drone. Ooh, 36. That's not bad, actually. Oh, and there goes all of my LMD. I feel so great about that. There goes. Okay. Okay. Now I'm broke, but that's okay. That's not what matters in this situation. What matters is that I'm able to do this. This feels great. No, this is nice. No, it's nice. Okay. So I actually want you to be on that. You, Surgeon Current, Paprika. You know what? This works. Yeah. 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 I'm totally not nervous at all. Come on. Okay, so... Or they call it Shrine Marksman Cosplayer? Like, okay, that works. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoa! Now I get to finally read. She's pretty. I wish I had her. The room shows little sign of recent human activity. Its usual household furniture, such as a rocking chair, coffee maker, and shooting target, are all covered with dust. Wow. Communication records are normal messages. No opportunity to produce any additional evidence for now. Preliminary deduction, Pope, blah blah blah, has been missing for roughly 2 weeks. Oh. So, we got the Pope missing. This is religious. I've only met His Holiness once, and already mentally prepared myself. But to know something really has happened to him.
Oh, Toria, explain. You seem to have a theory as to where His Holiness has gone.
Okay, wait, he looks weirdly nice. We meet again, Grandpa with the Letarian candy. The curious joint trial has already concluded. With your signature on the verdict, we, the condemned, shouldn't be having a private meeting with the Pope, though.
So what is your decision?
I can only do 2 voices. 3. So straightforward. I imagine you'd say something like, I was just taking my post-dessert walk and accidentally bumped into you. As for whether I'm willing to become a so-called saint, I believe we had a thorough discussion on the topic when I was at Rhodes Island.
We certainly did. I'm quite fond of that lunchship myself. A pity our meeting was so short. I remember that sunset, when you performed a not-so-Letarian piece. I also remember you were hoping for me to provide more evidence.
Yes.
Do you still remember my words, child, that every light we know will one day be extinguished?
It's etched into my mind. It's an interesting expression after all.
That day will soon come, of course. It is just a hunch.
The Pope points to his own halo.
It's been sending me a lot of warnings lately, but refuses to respond to any of my questions.
What does that mean?
To put it another way, her glorious law is suddenly no longer interpretable.
I only know how to play the cello, Your Holiness.
Of course. Interpreting Holy Scripture is the Pope's job. Trouble has popped up at work, and I have to figure out how to solve it somehow.
So, what do you need me to do?
Stay vigilant. I'm not sure what exactly will happen, so this is the only thing I can say. If the Holy City's lights do go out, then trust in your ideal understanding, your ideal emotion, the kind of unreserved, pure, and honest communication that you seek. An alienist like you will then perhaps become a panacea, or a poison, but regardless, you will turn things around.
It sounds as if I have no reason to refuse you. Though, I'm not the only alienist Laterno has.
Indeed, I was just about to contact the other saints. Though, I pray we still have the time. So, that is why you began suspecting your surroundings so early.
Not the whole reason, Fed. Once in your main theme may stay the same, but it's hard for me to miss those supplementary and missing segments, all blended together too seamlessly. Sister Hildegard is a good example. What concerns me more, though, is that the incident happened before His Holiness managed to find you.
The situation is too complicated. All of Laterno has fallen into an unfathomable calamity on a scale near to what we have experienced in the Witch King's Pavilion. We require support.
Fortunately, I have my cello with me. Magister? There is no answer. Vanini walks around the workshop but fails to find her master. She spots a bottle of eye drops on the workbench, uncapped. Vanny, about time. Huh? A gun knight came by earlier and took Paganini away. Before you left, the gun knight told me to tell you to hurry over to the Curia to assist in an investigation. Vanny, are you two in some sort of trouble? Either way, you better get to the Curia. The gun knight wasn't in the best of moods. Magister. It must be because of her and Elle, but no matter, she thinks her master should not get caught up in this. Wait, these are... Some bullet casings are scattered on the workbench as if they were casually left by a careless gunsmith. Vanini puts on her gloves and begins collecting them as she usually does, but suddenly she feels as if she recognizes these casings, like they're old friends. The shells are smooth to the touch. Even the etchings have been rubbed flat. How many times have they been handled? What kind of bullet casings would receive such care, and in whose hands? Vanini takes off her gloves. She touches the casing. The metal is still slightly warm. Peg.
Deuce Muse! Lord Almighty, you scared the glasses off of me! Are you finally going to say something? You're already 4, you know. Any sancto your age should be speaking, with a bright halo over their head. Alright, I was hallucinating. You still can't talk. I would have left this round place long ago if I hadn't picked you up by chance. Just thinking about having to live in the same city as that Dan Patrazon has me sick. How many hospitals and churches have we been to? Huh? And still no one has any idea if you were just born like this or if your lord has a problem with you. It's been 3 years. You have no halo and neither do I. So of course I have no clue what's going on in your head. Seems like I've gotten used to my little mute here. And even I, myself, am growing quieter day by day. Whatever. You haven't run off in the middle of the night, so I'll just assume you like it here. That's enough from me, considering how responsive you are. If you ever want to communicate with me, you'll have to figure out a way yourself. Vanny, let go! Why the son hudding and crying and laughing? Do they flip a switch somewhere? You don't usually respond to anything I say. Are you trying to make up for all these years at once? Also, what's with the sudden light over your head? Those doctors and clerics treating you the past 3 years couldn't do a thing. But you picked a gun with that Lemuel kid, and now you're fine? Gah, still can't speak, Don't you think to sprout halos from your first word? Did your halo come out early because it got impatient? I'm no sancta, but I don't get how you communicate with that kid through the guardian gun, or how much it mattered to you. In any case, now I know you can understand me perfectly, and that's enough for me. Okay, that hurts. If you're willing to listen, I could teach you a less violent way to communicate. Sit here and stay. Look at these bullet casings. Here, I'll teach you.
Since when am I able to talk? I shouldn't...
The little Vanini, understanding an expression where her pale, dusty doors, blocking her from communicating. She lived with a garrulous and eccentric Liberi for 3 years, unable to figure out when he was happy or angry, unable to express her own annoyance or adoration. She never thought a Sancta with both fiery hair and personality would blast a hole into her sealed-off heart without the need for words. Later, her master would piece small bullet casings together and, word by word, taught her a whole new language. Even after she had finally learned some simple phrases, they still used the shells to communicate. But today she no longer remembers when exactly she did finally manage to grasp the most complex of sentences, let alone how many times she nonchalantly tossed the shells left by her master into the trash.
Nonchalant. Yes, queen.
She dares not imagine his perplexed face as he rubbed the shells they used for more than a decade, wondering why his student no longer cherishes this special language from the depths of her memory. Through tearful eyes, she realizes once more what those casings mean. It's a warning. No, Magister! Oh, Vanny, I just remembered something that was bothering me. When the gun knight took Paganini away, it didn't look like they were heading for the Curia. I'd say they were going toward the Shrine of Nurtury.
Cardinal Lumian, forgive for my tardiness. I was just sorting out the gunsmithy handover documents. There's just so much. Why are you here?
Cardinal. Hold on.
Cardinal Arte Amos, have a seat. Easy now, just passing on the Curia's newest orders.
What kind of orders require your presence?
The Curia has decided to suspend all of Cardinal Lumian's work, and you shall serve as an acting cardinal of 7th Tribunal until her work review is complete.
What?
You heard me. The 7th Tribunal was raided by unknown forces recently, and the suspect, Lumio, who attempted to disrupt the Summit of Nations, managed to escape during the chaos. Cardinal Lumian made contact with the suspect, but released her without authorization. After further investigation, it was discovered she acted similarly during the Pegasus Devonis explosion and the attack on the Shrine of Nurtury. Cardinal Lumian has engaged in severe violations of the 7th Tribunal's Code of Law, as well as the law.
But why me?
We wouldn't have captured those suspects without the crucial evidence you provided, and perhaps the nativity would have been sabotaged. Almost. You spent more than a decade in the 7th Tribunal, correct?
2 more months and it'll be exactly 14 years.
You're the oldest functionary here, and are familiar with the 7th Tribunal's business. Does that not make you the most suitable candidate? It may have been an absence of opportunity, rather than a personal lack of ability, that has prevented you from playing a more important role. Be more confident in yourself, boy.
Boy. Reverend Patrician, I've always felt you did not like me much. I still remember the first time Aurela and I went to visit you. It was not you, but Fiammetta, who had just come home from school, welcomed us.
I mean, I don't like you. Aurela was my best student, exceptionally talented in armored combat and firearms, but she had too much of a character, an extreme way of doing things. While you on the opposite were too weak, and yet these are your own choices. I'll just say this again. I wasn't home that day because my armor broke and needed fixing. Besides, if we're going to make it personal between us, you're the one who's holding a deeper grudge, right? I personally expelled Aurea from Laterano, after all.
When it comes to that, I only blame myself. You're right, I'm too weak, and have nothing to my name. I couldn't help Auriella diffuse her anger, even though I was right there with her, and so she heard the shackled sarcasm in Abby, and ultimately leveled her gun at her own people. After she made that terrible mistake, I didn't even manage to see her one last time, Reverend Peterson. I really can't do anything.
Then think on what you can still do right now.
Now?
The Summit of Nations is still ongoing, and the 7th Tribunal has lots of business on hand. You will be temporarily created Cardinal, as the Curia has decided.
Alright.
What?
Handshake review complete. You now have access to the cardinal privileges and permissions.
Wait, so fast? I still haven't...
Cardinal Elmos, in the face of calamity, Laterno must strive for efficiency, so there will be no welcome tea and cake for you.
With the god knight gone, Elmos pulls out a chair. He opens his terminal, and his privileges have indeed already been updated, as Petrizon said. Everything happened so fast, you need some time to adjust, and he suddenly realizes something. He taps on the File Explorer and scrolls all the way down, finally arriving at his target at the bottom. He opens the document, his finger pausing on a signature confirmation page. Ariella, I finally... Newly created Cardinal Alma sees a smile on his face reflected on the terminal screen. It's a little ridiculous, he thinks. This is... It's Lateriano. We're finally back. No, something off. Something's off. Those strangely colored shadows. Look at their shapes. They're projecting the Shrine of Nurturing? What's going on? Has Laterano changed? Or do we have brain damage? Watch out! Behind you! A creature with a halo? What? There's more and more of them. Wait, stay back. I don't need an extra halo on me. Nice shot! They don't dodge bullets. We should be fine. Why do you look so dazed? Let's clear a way out. What's wrong? You're falling? Our awakenings may have influenced others to wake up as well, but there are also more of these halo-sporting creatures.
Those creatures dragged the awakened into the strangely colored projections, and then vanished together. They did not even manage to retaliate, and the Sancta who shot at those creatures have fallen?
Feed, I'm afraid my joke from before was no joke at all. These things are considered Sancta, and thus are people? How strange and chaotic their hearts sound. What should I listen for within the mess? What should I share with them? They can't feel our emotions either, and are anxious over it. They desperately want to share theirs, but they can only resort to brute force. Like an infant yet to grow in halo. No matter what they want to express, they can only cry and grab at their parents' sleeves. Yes, there are people, just too immature.
Immature, but powerful. The law grants an infant a halo when it speaks its first word because language represents rationality's awakening. And rationality refers to a sancta finally gaining the capacity to be conscientious of both their people and the law. Why would the law deem a pack of non-sentient creatures as sancta, and also compel them to use brute force to intervene in their people's fates? Anomalies only continue to multiply. Currently, the only individual we may cooperate with is the doctor. Being present already, the doctor must know something about the current situation. Arturia, are you saying the doctor remembers the sound of your strings?
The doctor was almost present at every of my few performances on Rhodes Island. A pity the doctor was never my intended audience, but I ought to be glad the doctor seemed to have been listening very carefully every single time.
Only your first sentence contained actual information, Arturia.
Haha, sure. Well then, Feed, I will guide the doctor with my cello. A sudden notification beep interrupts the two. Here and now, of all times. Federico checks his communicator. Hello? Can you hear me? Aurela, former citizen ID LC007 3458. A group of Irarite Sancta war refugees currently north of the Laterian city, 3 kilometers out. Requesting permission to enter the city.
Doctor,
Okay. Wait. I did it. 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 With a 3-star rating, no less. Yes. And then I can't. Okay. Wait, this is cute. Who is this for? Damn! Okay. I didn't mean to click on that. Okay. This is easy. Okay. I glance at the shrine. I'll do MT7, then I'll end this for the day. Because it's already reaching an hour and 23 minutes of Arknights. This is the place. Enjoy some rest. I thought I was going to the Neutral Hall or the Ballistica. To be questioned about Arturia's escape. The gun knight who brought you here has other business to attend to. He asked me to tell you not to worry about the Arturia case. Long has Landon Monastery served the Holy City dutifully. There will be no excessive penalty just because a single prisoner escaped. That's good to hear. Is there another reason that you were brought here? There are so many. Would you prefer a quieter location? No. What I mean is, why is everyone in this nursery, Liberty? Hildegard scans around the room and sees Liberty in all sorts of outfits. Sitting or standing, there's little conversation, only a steady ring of the comfort bells. Hundreds? Thousands? Too many to count. An entire city's worth of Liberty seems to be assembled here. Since when did this nursery become so large? No, more importantly, why are all these Liberty here? Don't tell me. You have a room full of Peros, a room full of felines, a room full of Lupos? An astute observation. We also have rooms for fallen angels and sarcas. You're awfully forthcoming. The Shrine of Nurturing has nothing to hide. At the conclusion of the Nativity, the Curia announced that the Sancta will share the halo with all races. The simplest method is to do it race by race. Do you mean we can have halos too? We can feel each other the way Sanctas do? As you felt that Abhorbe's heartbeat at the Nativity. Why? Why what? Why do we need halos?
So you brought me here, not because of Vanini, but because I am Liberty?
Yes.
I'll get a big ol' light over my head like yours?
Go on in, Peg.
Huh? Sounds like I don't have a choice. And also sounds like a wonderful thing, doesn't it?
At least it'll be good for your eyes.
More than that, I think. If I had a halo, I'd be able to tell what that metal heart of yours was feeling when you kicked Gia out of Laterano.
I know you blamed me for that.
Glad to know that you know.
Maybe things would have gone better for you if that hadn't happened. Over centuries of Lateran history, many have tried to recreate the terrifying high-caliber revolving antique gun that the ancient tomes described. Only you succeeded. That design, which assumed the user could withstand a recoil 5 times that of an ordinary gun, was the work of a genius, or a madman.
Oh, are you bragging about being born to be a gun knight? After all, you successfully tested my design without ever putting on a suit of armor.
I just thought we were born to be partners. You and I and Gia were always the best of friends, from primary school to throughout university. But my first official mission as a gun knight was to exile Gia from Laterano. After that, you gave up gunsmithing for the Apostolistic Knights, opened a workshop somewhere I didn't know about, and now...
I decided to retire, alright? You and your Vapa shrine of gunsmithing. What use did your new Sancta have for me if you treat gunsmithing like making potato chips? It's a crime to be non-Sancta, is it? Gia got exiled, I get to have a halo put on me, and the Liberty aren't allowed to live in Laterano by the way we are now, are we?
The thing with Gia had nothing to do with being Liberty. Even if she was Sancta, the Laturia wouldn't allow someone with oripathy.
You don't know shit! Let her in order and let her in purity again. How many times do you think I've heard that garbage from you? Do you really believe in it yourself? Somnia, Stormus, how could you? If you thought even once about how Gia died out there alone? I admit, I did believe in it, Petrozan, until that day. We got hangovers together, played with guns together, cried and laughed together. No one in Laterano could clink glasses like we could. But when I saw Gia disappear into the wilderness and you just turned around and went back to Laterano the way you did, that was when I realized we never actually shared a damn thing.
The halo is not a bad thing, Sister Hildegard. It is Laterano's blessing on us. I know. From the earliest nomads who followed the burden beasts, the Liberi had always learned from the Sancta, from the ways of living to their ways of thinking. The Liberi have longed for a better life, and they long to be part of the Holy City. We understand that. I know. I told that history to Arturia not so long ago. But there is only one thing the Liberi can never learn from the Sancta, the Halo. That is why certain conflicts between the Sancta and other races living in Laterano have lingered to this day. Unable to take part in Sancta empathy, you are troubled by doubts about your faith. You suspect Laterano of being indifferent, of alienation. To help with land and monastery's finances, you were away from Laterano for a long time, Sister Hildegard. That's why you may not have sufficient understanding of this situation. Oh, typo! Give us 100 pulls for that. You can ask your fellow Liberi. I know how many outsiders who live here envy your empathy. That's why we will now share it with everyone. There will be no more misunderstandings or differences. We will truly understand one another and eliminate the conflicts and barriers between us. The Liberi will become a truly inseparable part of Laterano. I just feel sad. What? I grew up in the city. I know where one can find the best desserts. Which alleyways have cloud beasts that have a special taste for pumpkins. Which buildings have rooftops perfect for stargazing. At Landon Monastery, I made beer and bread with the Sancta sisters, traveled to other countries to solicit sponsors, and got completely plastered whenever we came back. And took pictures of how their wings went through the backs of their chairs when sleeping. And they played lullabies at the chapel when I sneaked out, so that the abbot would sleep a little longer. I remember that. Actually, the abbot knew. He just didn't want to scold you. I'm a Lateranian. I like this place. I love it very much. You're right that I often find myself on the outside looking in. I don't know why the Sanctas who had been crying a moment ago start laughing and singing at their cohorts' funerals. But my father was a hunter. Every winter he would go into the mountains with his friends to hunt. He told me that even hunters who have hunted together for decades can have different ideas when they see the same quarry. They sometimes even fight over it. Everyone is different. That has nothing to do with whether or not we have a halo. But you tell me I won't truly become a Laterian until I have a halo. Do you mean to say that I wasn't a true Laterian for the past 20 years? Has my entire life been a poor imitation? It has, Sister Hildegard, but you should not see that as a rejection of you or any other Liberi. It is simply a necessity for the acceptance of Laterano. I don't care about rejection or acceptance. I just don't think there's anything wrong with my life. And I don't see a reason why I have to accept this so-called blessing. Laterano has already made a decision, Sister Hildegard.
It was the first time I experienced a parting peg. It wasn't a good feeling. I guess that was when my life started to go off the rails. It's like those popcorn movies, you know? The Chainsaw Guy series, or the Bridges of Macallion. First Gia, then you, then my finest student. I exiled her from Laterno personally. I worry too about Fia.
What? You're worried that your dear granddaughter might run away and you'll die alone?
You all had your issues. I tried to do something, but never actually helped everyone.
Did you really try, or are you just lying to yourself to feel better?
Maybe both. but there's something you got wrong. I support the idea of halos for everyone, not only because I want to protect the order and purity of the holy city. You're making Laterano sound awfully racist by putting it this way.
Maybe because it is. Maybe because the city revolving around religion, trying to make everyone a single race, is racist. That is racist in itself. Please lock in for me.
A Laterno where everyone shares his halo will truly become one and whole. We'll be able to solve the unimaginable calamity that threatens all of Terra. It'll also solve all the other problems we've been having, including... Anyway, that's enough sharing for now.
Dio gratias! Thank God that's over. Hearing all that garbage from you again is making me sick to my stomach.
Go on in, Peg.
And if I say no, I don't want that light show you've got on your head, and I've got no interest in studying your honorable motives. Pegolini levels his gun at the gun night.
Just give it a minute.
What do you mean?
You're a genius gunsmith, Peg, but you're a Liberi. You can't use the guns you make. They're just your calling cards. If you're really that furious with me, give it until the ceremony. Then you can put a bullet in me. Once you have a halo, you'll be able to use it.
Paganini smashes the gun against the knight's armor. Pieces fly in all directions. Then broken stock makes a dull thud as it hits the ground in the distance, echoing throughout the corridor.
Go on in, Peg.
Legatus Mastima, Overseer Biametta. Your contribution to Laterno is much appreciated. Now kindly come this way. To the nurseries, already filled to the brim. The ceremony is about to begin. The matriarch will first enlighten the Liberi who have lived in Laterano for many years. Then the broken halos in the wings of the fallen angels will be repaired. Quickly now, I will lead the way. Heh. Funeral? Putting the fun in funeral! Ah! Okay. So everything's just... That's so fucking annoying.
私が巻き起こしたトラブルは私にしか収められないんだ。毒と罠。これは戦術ね。
今こそ皆さんをお助けする時です。
ほら、太陽が飲まれたよ。ベルス・ディオ・ボーレント。
早く離れてください。お願いします。
この防衛はわし一人で事足りるぞ。
狙いはあれだよね。
どっかへさこわしは倒れん。
Okay, no, I fucked up. Okay, retreat, retreat, retreat. I need to move that over.
運送中の欠損は弁償するから安心して。
I didn't realize that there was one over here.
どうにも鎧がきつくなった気がするわい。特に腹回りが怪しいが、まあガートリングは相変わらず手に馴染んどるし、問題なかろう。
安心して。ほら、太陽が飲まれたよ。まず敗北
人があるんじゃ。
メルフェルムデスミルスステライビラルウィンデムリーズ。前回使い魔を使った時からずっと腕がだるいんだよね。チャーシューアップルパイ。
Easy! Sorry. Come in.
Colonel Luman.
I'm afraid... I'm afraid you'll have to find another way to address me now. And I was under the impression that the Curia wasn't letting anyone visit me. Isn't that right?
I put in a report. I was only just created. It's only natural that I would seek my predecessor's advice.
You've adapted quickly, Cardinal Amos. I thought you'd said you didn't really have aspirations.
Cardi, senorita, I didn't come to gloat. Our relationship was never cloak and dagger, was it?
Sorry. But if you came to ask about Lemuel, I've already said this many times. I have no idea where she is.
It's something else I want to ask about. Did you sacrifice your career only to protect your sister, or did you truly believe what she said? From the Nativity to the Summit of Nations, something doesn't seem right about all that has been happening in Letourneau lately. It's like we've come down with a sort of illness.
They're the same thing to me.
There's something I want you to see.
Amos turns his terminal on and hands it to Lumian. What's this?
Application to join the Legati. I want to be a Legatus and got assigned to Bolivar.
You want to leave Laterano? Why?
My wife and I, we had a big fight and I left. When I came back, she had gone on a mission dealing with Sarkas raiders, attacking caravans in the wilderness near Kazdel. She's always been like that, never listening to people. So winter, I figured she wouldn't be back until spring. I was thinking about doing something to make up for my leaving. You know the rest about what happened to her, fallen, exiled, etc. It was convenient that the 7th Tribunal was responsible for national security and foreign relations. It took a long time, but I finally figured out where she went. I thought...
I understand. What do you mean, though, when you said something didn't feel right?
Those selection standards for Legati are extremely high. A man of my ability didn't really have much hope, so the application sat in my draft box for a long time until...
You approved your own application when you were created Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal?
Yes. Reverend Patrison said all I needed was an opportunity when he informed me of my imminent creation. I'm sure he meant something else, but this is all I could think of. However, the moment I approved the application, it just vanished. No notice of rejection, no record to be found anywhere. It just disappeared from my terminal, like it never existed. There was no way the application would have gone through. I would not be allowed to resign my cardinalate and become a legatus so quickly. And besides, all the legati have been recalled to Laterano. I wouldn't be able to go and see Auriella, even if I really did become one. For me, approving the application wasn't about making up for anything. It was just a small, insignificant comfort. Who would want to wipe away such a small comfort? For me, that was enough to make me question if this Laterano is real. Maybe. Your sister was right.
Have you told anyone else?
No, I couldn't sleep last night. You're the only one I could talk to about this.
This isn't some newfangled interrogation technique, is it, Cardinal Amos?
You can trust me, Senora Lemoine. We both have things that truly matter to us. Few things.
An interesting point, Senor Amos.
By the way, there's an even bigger nativity scheduled at the Shrine of Nursery today.
We prepare for death all our lives, even in a place like Rocamera, where everything is washed out by tides of plague and famine. An old man may lick his parched lips and say something to the effect before his eyes close forever. Words as old as time, as they say. To some, they are an eulogy to wishes unfulfilled. To others, an utterance free of regret, but there is a common premise between the two. Death is the conclusion to life. Indeed, child. Your mother will answer no more. She has died. The mother has breathed her last, and Dwayne gently closes her eyes. The fledgling leans over. He is trembling. Even the sheen of his hide darkened. And Dwayne places him on his own knee, looks into his eyes. The fledgling's voice is mumbled, and Dwayne does not speak the language of beasts, but you can feel sorrow, like a current running through beneath the calm surface, the fledgling's and his own. Death is accompanied by new birth. When your mother knew that all of her own life was beyond saving, she chose to leave the hope of life to you. She used her last strength and succeeded. This is your first lesson. Roga Maria, the town with the clock tower, the abbey in the wilderness, and now I've experienced many such moments, and now I have another. Each experience brings deeper insight. All work toward the inevitable end. That is why the continuity of meaning is so precious. Death is a parting. A gift from the departed to the living, the beginning of the living's own salvation. Do not fear, child. Lament and remember. I will do so with you. I will stay outside and leave her funeral to you, and Dwayne. What of the matriarch? She is indisposed, preparing for the nativity to bestow halos upon all the non-sancta here. She sends her apologies. No matter. We have grown accustomed to welcoming new life with ceremony. While funerals are always simple, tell the matriarch it will be a little while before I return to duty. Are you alright? The mother's passing was sudden. Child is young and unaccustomed to such sorrow. I must stay by his side. No, it's you the matriarch is worried for. What do you mean? Matriarch said she and you had been with this mother for a long time. She understands the sorrow in your heart. You are a thinker. Every journey gives you inspiration, but also fatigue. As for the child, he is a miracle. He has the strength to emerge from darkness. The matriarch wishes for me to tell you that no new life in Laterano will ever succumb to calamity nor sorrow. They will be born equal. They will be brave. They will be strong. Laterano will see to it. And Dwayne feels the fledgling outdoor beast push against his arms. He wants to calm him down, but the fledgling pushes his hand away and spreads his wings. The fledgling takes flight, landing on a comfort bell in the middle of the room, making a pleasant sound. And Dwayne watches in confusion. He has worn a halo for decades, yet his eyes still struggle to adjust to the fledgling's dazzling light. He has been with the fledgling day and night. He knows what these movements mean. The fledgling is inviting him to play. Nurture, who can never turn down a child, stands stunned. He wants to communicate his sorrow, decline this incomprehensible invitation in the most tactful way possible. But eventually, he steps up and takes the young outdoor beast's claw, dancing a waltz in the middle of the empty room along to the comfort bells. The outdoor beast's excited cries echo throughout the room. His feathers shine bright under the halo, showing its sheen unreservedly in the spinning circles. Their steps grow quicker, and Anduin looks toward the body of the deceased mother, trying to ascertain his own emotions. Then he realizes with a start, he is no longer sad. He is joyful as the fledgling. He is beautiful as the fledgling. He sings and dances for the future, with a heart full of hope, just like the fledgling. Their spinning steps draw beautiful circles on the ground and in the air. Is this what sancta means? Only the instinct to avoid pain, but no right to sorrow and mourning? Is this the sancta? Is this a miracle of life? Nobody answers this hysterical call. The matriarch is bestowing halo after halo upon the people in the Hall of Enlightenment. He alone stops in his tracks. He recalls a funeral, one that should not exist in his memory. A field of irises, a child, cruel but sincere confessions and prayers, ringing of bells. Still no answer? Hey, Ariella. You don't believe me. You listen for yourself. Ouch, the sound hurts my ears. It's just noise, I can't make out anything. What's going on, Arilla? You're asking me? You're a gun knight. Were, at least. You know more about these things than we do. You said it yourself. I was a gun knight. Static is bad enough. You want to add to the noise? I know plenty of ways to shut you up. Sister. Don't be afraid, Hugo. Please, Ariella. The children are watching. Sanctas have come a long way after a terrible ordeal that left them with broken halos and a heart full of fear, with no comfort in sight. The intercity net of Laterano has always been very stable, with dedicated personnel performing regular maintenance and communications equipment located in settlements outside the city. This emergency communication post is only 3 kilometers from the Lateranian city. If any one of them is still working, this would be it. But I've sent dozens of emails through this special channel with no response. Is Laterano really done for? Huh. Could you try a few more times, Ariella? You look even more nervous than them. Do I? No, that does not seem more. A few children come over and grab the hem of her dress, staring forward with her. The white walls of Laterano are already visible from this settlement, impeccable as the clouds. It looks like the abode of a holy spirit who accidentally ventured into the mortal realm, a miracle that should not exist. Pilgrims are but a stone's throw away. Dusty and tired, their broken halos and wings seem even darker in this wilderness. Pilgrims have reached the end of their journey, but is this truly the end of their suffering? That's it, Laterano. Looks like the people in there can hardly even fend for themselves at this point. Get your things, we're going in. You're right, we can't wait here forever. Let's go. But if we enter the city without the Curious permission... Tell me, did we fallen sinners ever ask the Curia for permission when we decided to return? Don't tell me you came back to repay Laterano's kindness. I'll put you first against a wall. Stop. You must not enter Laterano. Look who we've got here! A Natural Hall Executor. Are you Ariella? You know who I am? I looked you up in the Notorial Hall database after receiving your message. Ariella, former citizen ID LC0073458, former captain of the 3rd Gun Knights. You were tasked to escort a Lateranian caravan through the northern wilderness in the winter of 1090. When you engaged a group of Sarkast mercenaries in combat, you completed your mission, but this nomadic abbey encountered a small-scale catastrophe on your way back. The Sarkast prisoners attempted insurrection and were executed on the spot by you. When a fellow gun knight attempted to record the offense truthfully in a mission report, you threatened your cohort with a gun in order to hide your excessive use of force. In the chaos that ensued, you killed your cohort, resulting in you being stripped of citizenship and exiled from Laterano for life. And what of it, Senior Executor? Trying to remind me that Laterano will never forget my sins. Look at the hundreds of people here. Some are fallen angels who were exiled like me. Some are Arvari who left the Holy City for different reasons. Some of them never even seen the Holy City, growing up in a cesspit like Bolivar, yet still believing in the tenets of Laterano. Have you not seen their halos? Are they fallen or are they sick? They've crossed mountains and rivers to come here for an explanation, for any comfort they can find. And all the Lateran does is send a single executor to stop us from entering? More and more Arari Sanctus gather, surrounding Federico, pointing their weapons at him. You'll keep us out because we left Laterano for too long and forgot how to live like other Sanctas? The law punishes sinners, but what sin did I commit when all I did was live 20 honest years in Lithuanian? If the law is that cruel, then it's not us who should be punished, it's you! You and your cohorts, test-piece of the law! I fell because you punished an innocent man. You've never used your power for good. Federico watches the crowd quietly. The street lamps have lit in an inopportune time, noticing eerie colors upon their faces: fear, anxiety, anger, confusion, panic. All these emotions come together towards their visages. Each tremble as they hold their weapons. The tension is palpable in the air. Federico is confident he can take out the lyric quickly and suppress the rest by force, bringing the situation under control. He has always done so. It has always worked. Federico is an outstanding executor. He has been with the Notorial Hall for 8 years. He knows what he's doing. This is his 3rd year as a saint. Other than burnt flour and a few chance acquaintances, there's no one to guide him or instruct him. Slowly, he removes his hand away from the gun at his belt, making sure the tense crowd sees it, while his eyes never leave
I did not come to repeat the judgment that Laterano once passed upon you. I am not here as a representative of the Notarial Hall, the Curia, or any other official Lateran organ. The reason you must not enter Laterano is simply because the city is currently affected by anomalies beyond comprehension. Your presence may cause the situation further deteriorate. I will explain, but I need time. Alteria? You should not leave the holy city.
Don't worry, I met the doctor, and I'm here on the doctor's instructions. The doctor's discovery confirms our hypothesis. All of Laterano is caught up in some kind of dream, but the anomalies in the dream are being reflected in reality. A calamity has descended on the entire city.
Like the Kargaric invasion of the Willings. I can't fucking say that. After the disintegration of the Witch King's Pavilion?
Maybe. I don't fully understand it myself, but there is no doubt that millions of Laterians are being caught in a struggle between reality and illusion. We need help.
The violators in Orari.
A chance dissonance is often the beginning of an interesting variation.
I concur with the doctor. However, if the calamity has engulfed all of Laterano, they are likely to enter the dream the moment they enter the city.
That's why I came looking for you, and I brought my cello.
Ooh, that's good. It's getting good. If it wasn't so late, I would play more.
Okay, collect reward.
Later. Alright, thank you all for coming to watch me play some of Arknights, even though I'm kind of bad at it. Yeah, I'm having a blast. I can't wait to play more later. I need to... Ooh, that messed something up. I need to make sure that I can get Lemuin. I need Lemuin. Come home, Lemuin. Please, please.